I need to make this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity choice to get giant mechanical arms to come out of my back so that I can win gold for Australia.
Angry roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Angry roads.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back to episode 16 of Angry Roads.
Ep 1 to the 6.
I'm Suzanne.
And I'm Dave.
And
this is you driving.
where am I going?
I don't know.
Where am I?
No, I don't know. It's clearly in Sydney somewhere, but
Honestly, I'm driving home from my old job.
yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Fantastic. Well, we have an exciting topic for today.
It's a part 2, really. We spoke about this once before, but I felt like we couldn't drop it where we dropped it.
Truly, to develop your dream, your idea.
Yeah, it's exactly right. I think that we'll put a link. I'll see if I can put like a link to the video in the video here.
Oh, yes.
So you can go back to the other one. But basically what we're talking about here is the Super Olympics.
Yes.
Trademarked by me, by the way. Don't steal my ideas.
So the idea is that you have the regular... The standard Olympics, right, which is for our very best athletes.
Yeah.
And then you have the Paralympics, which are for those who have a disability, the very best of
their sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the Super Olympics would be anyone who is willing to do whatever to be the best of show.
Yeah, so like we came onto the topic because I don't think that the Olympics is very exciting. And I think that it could be made more exciting with robots, gene splicing with monkeys, etc., etc.
I could get a rocket launcher put into my arm
and
then participate in the shot put.
Yes, exactly right. I think it has to come from the shoulder, which is what the last episode we were talking about, the guy who had it implanted in the shoulder here.
Oh, yes.
So he can do the...
Yeah. In my mind, this is something that happens on like a Futurama episode.
Yes, I think so. But like, I'm okay with society going that way.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. So, really, the reason we wanted to keep talking about it is because there's more to explore here. And different versions of things. Like, what are some of the sports that you can imagine?
I mean,
that you'd be enhanced with, either by genetics, robotics.
I'm imagining like I would want to go in like the running races, but my legs would be tanks.
See, but I don't think tanks is the right way to go, right? Like if you were going to go in a running race, why wouldn't you just have 2 motorbikes for feet?
Could I get like a line of husky legs?
So I don't know if you. So like I think that the rules, like let's make the rules here. It has to be part of you.
Right.
So you can't I can't be like tied to a dog and I feel like that works.
But I could have my genes spliced with a fish.
With a cheetah. Half cheetah girl.
I mean, I was going to say for like
swimming, Wonder Woman's enemy.
I could...
Cheetah.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Or for the gymnastics, I could have monkey hands and monkey feet.
Yeah, which their feet are their hands as well.
Yes, my hands' feet.
Your feet and hands.
Yes.
Or be a half spider.
Ooh, valid.
Or just have robotic spider arms.
As well as, like, would it be like Doc Ock? Like,
no, they have to be attached to you. That's what I'm saying. Can't be like additional things.
But what if they come out of like my spine or something?
If they're coming out of your spine, I'm down with that.
Okay.
I'm saying that to be in the Super Olympics, you have to have committed.
Right.
This is a lifelong choice.
I need to make this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity choice to get giant mechanical arms to come out of my back. So that I can win gold for Australia in the Super Olympics.
That's basically what I'm getting at.
What happens after the Super? I mean,
next year's Super Olympics.
Yeah, it's not like a standard or a Paralympian where you're kind of like, well, you know, I've hit the age of 25 or whatever it is when a gymnast is no longer able to do their amazing feats.
There's always more enhancements you can have.
Yes.
And I'm thinking to myself now, I'm just thinking about like somebody going through their career having entered the Super Olympics 6 times.
Right.
And they've had changes to their body so much that then they go into just like commentating on their sport.
Oh, yes.
Except they're just a box. Because they've had so many changes. They're like, well, we've captured his mind because his body could not sustain anymore. But like even then, I'm saying like, I think the drugs should be allowed. Like somebody just wants to take a lot of drugs and be in sports, you can do it in the Super Olympics.
Nice.
Like give that space to do the bad things, and then, you know, it won't be such a big deal later.
Right.
In the normal Olympics when they shouldn't be doing the bad things.
That is valid.
Know what I mean?
You just solved a world problem.
Thank you.
Now, would my career track be?
Yeah.
Let's say let's go back to gymnastics.
Okay.
My parents decide that I'm going to be a gymnast in the womb. I come out, and by the time I start walking, they've put me into little gymnastics or whatever it is that I start with.
Yeah.
Right, my goal is to then be a gymnast by 14. I then get to 25 and, you know, my career's kind of done. In the standard Olympics, I then move on into the Super Olympics. And I get my second wind with all these enhancements that I couldn't have.
I think that the path goes more like this.
Okay.
In the womb, they decide that you're going to be in the Olympic gymnastics.
Yeah.
Olympic gymnastics, and you come out and you're really bad at it. And they're like, if she had 2 more legs, I reckon she'd be better at it.
This is valid.
Let's implant some extra legs.
So you're saying that the in my mind the Super Olympics was like a second wind for gym, but you're saying that I could legitimately go get spliced with a cheetah into the Super Olympics next year.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm saying that like the Super Olympics is the place for you if you don't just want to do normal Olympics. You do this from the get-go, because I think you want to start early, ensure that your body is able to take on as much splicing as possible.
Yeah.
And granted, that might mean you're in like peak physical condition.
That's actually a very valid point, right?
But yeah, I suppose if you're not, then it's robots.
Yes.
Then you're becoming robotic or an android. But surely
I still need to be in physical condition to handle the
if you're not
surgery that goes with it.
We put more microchips in you. Valid. Somehow.
Valid.
We glue you back together.
Did you ever see that episode of The Twilight Zone? And I can't remember if it was old or new Twilight Zone. And these guys invent these nanobots. And the idea is that he like cuts his hand, and then the nanobots are like, oh, your skin seems to be very thin. We'll just make it thicker. Yeah. And then at one point his friend hits him in the back of the head, and so he starts growing eyes at the back of his head.
Wow.
Right? It's a really good episode. Like, they try to drown him so he grows gills. Like, it's...
Yeah. I'm going to assume that this is from the newer one, not the older one.
Yeah, them graphics.
Yeah.
So could I just get nanobots in me that are like, well, you don't seem to run very fast, so they'll just make me run faster.
If we have the technology, you can do it.
Nice.
That's the point.
But then I feel like the Super Olympics then peaks at a certain point because
then aliens come.
Valid, yes.
And they're like, we're entering into this business. Right? Like,
then we have the intergalactic
Super Olympics is an intergalactic thing. Like, let's just open it up.
It's already open. Yeah. We're just waiting for
the aliens to arrive.
Right.
If an alien does come, they're already going to be like, I know exactly what you're doing. Let's do this.
I saw a flyer back home.
Yeah.
In my college rec room.
I'm all about that life, he says.
It's like, I've been training.
Yeah.
Let's do this Super Olympics.
Well, look,
could an alien compete in the regular Olympics?
No.
Why?
Because for humans only.
It seems discriminatory.
But I think that that's where this comes from. The point is that I'm pretty sure that for the Olympics and the Paralympics, there are rules and regulations about being a human and of a certain age and of a certain mental...
Do you think there's an age cutoff for the Olympics?
I think so. I don't think that they let, 12-year-olds run against 20-year-olds.
I wonder how... I'm going back to gymnastics because it's really the only one that I watch. But I wonder how old you must be to be an Olympic gymnast.
But I don't know.
Because I find that children are just a lot more bouncy than an adult.
Don't bounce children.
I mean, from all the toddlers I've pushed over.
Yeah.
They bounce right
I don't know.
back.
I'm assuming there is an age limit. We'll find it.
Yeah.
I'll find it and put it on the video.
I wish I could ask Google, but she's in the other room.
Yeah. All right, so I feel pretty satisfied with that.
You feel like
you covered off more of the Super Olympics.
So if you would like to sponsor the Super Olympics,
you know, if you know anything about making an Olympic event, I'd be way excited to try and do that.
I was about to say we're very thin on the specialists this episode.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get there. I've got one more quick one that we can do.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, but if you know anything about putting together an Olympic event, please contact us at angry.roads@gmail.com. I'll definitely help you if I can.
I winked at the camera.
Perfect. So the other quick one was we were just talking about the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
This is true, yes.
And the question is this: are Oompa Loompas slaves?
Now, I have seen parts of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I can tell you, like, the different sections of the movie.
She's deprived.
But I don't think I've seen the end.
Yeah, that's so
But
strange.
from my understanding, he went to this country where they made chocolate and brought back the native population.
Yeah, so I think very specifically he says, because they were very clever with it, he says that they were in trouble.
Right.
But they do have this amazing cocoa.
Right.
And so he brought them back to help them.
Right.
Because it's not a nation of people. It's just like 20 or 30 of them. It's not like...
Right.
He doesn't have all of the ones in the universe. It's just a group. But... yeah, I suppose that he was helping them was the kind of what they implied in the film.
Now, my question is...
we're talking about the original one. I don't remember the Johnny Depp one, what he says about the Umpa Loompas in that one.
I think it's the same thing.
It could be. I only seen that one once, but I think I've seen the original one, like, I want to say 20 times. Anyway.
Let's say one of them decides that, no, he doesn't want to make chocolate. He actually wants to be a dancer.
Dentist?
He might want to be a dancer. He might want to go to Juilliard. Is that what they do at Juilliard? They dance?
I don't know.
He wants to go to Juilliard instead.
Sure.
Does he have the ability and the papers to leave the chocolate factory and go pursue his own life?
So the specialist that we need...
then he is a slave.
The specialist that we need this week is an immigration specialist. Go watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and please tell us...
give us your notes.
Yeah, about what the Oompa Loompas... what visa are they there on?
Because I'm saying, if I bring over someone and they live in my house...
yeah.
And they have to do what I say... if I went to a third world country and I brought over a maid, but she wasn't allowed to leave my house and she had no documentation and I gave her no means to contact the outside world, because isn't that what he does? He cuts himself off from the rest of the world and then he brings in these children that win tickets.
Yeah, but okay, but yes and no. Like, he just doesn't interact because he's worried about influences from the outside world.
Right. So
he's worried about other people trying to, like, take the company, steal his secrets.
Right.
That's actually the reason.
That sounds like a cult.
Well, yeah, but he makes the best chocolate. That's the point.
He doesn't want these Oompa Loompas
Not the Oompa
to
Loompas,
connect
yeah.
with the rest of the world. He takes all of their wages.
No, he doesn't want the other companies stealing his secrets of chocolate. And the end result is that they live in a world inside this factory where the candy is growing on trees. And if he's figured out a way to do this, which the Oompa Loompas did, right, he doesn't want to share those secrets with anybody. That's the point. Not that he wants to insulate the Oompa Loompas, but I think that the Oompa Loompas are having a grand old time.
Of course they are. They were having a grand old time. I was going to say they were having a grand old time in Jonestown, but they weren't. But
I'm saying that they're living... oh my god, it's the end of the episode. They're having a great time because they're living in a world of candy that they love.
But they don't know there's an outside world.
Yeah, of course they do. They came in.
I bet they came in crates or something.
Ridiculous.
Stuff them in suitcases. How did he bring them in? That is my question. Someone find out. Someone save the Oompa Loompas.
Goodbye.